On June 20, 2019, Sandy Cervantes was kidnapped at gunpoint outside a variety store. Nearly a year later, her body was found buried in an abandoned house. She had been shot to death. Investigators learned two armed men had robbed David Rodriguez at the same variety store the same night, forcing him into the trunk of his car. The gunmen are identified as Brandon J. Cruz and Pablo Reyes. Police believe the pair could also be responsible for Sandy's murder. In the midst of the COVID pandemic, police bring Cruz in for a formal interview.
All right, and you can go ahead and come in here. And if you'll sit at there's a little chair right by that red one. If you'll sit in that one, please, sir. Like I told you before, got to read you Miranda, okay? It's just part of it, and we got to be legal about everything, all right? Especially after what you were saying, we don't want to be doing things that aren't legal, all right? Can you state your name for me?
Brandon Cruz.
It is 18:54 hours, Tuesday, December 1st, 2020. Here with Brandon Cruz, and the room is Detective Pena, and there's your Miranda. You have the right to remain silent, not make any statement at all, and any statement you make may be used against you at your trial. Any statement you make may be used as evidence against you. You have the right to have a lawyer present to advise you prior to and during any questioning. If you're unable to employ a lawyer, you have the right to have a lawyer appointed to advise you prior to and during any questioning, and you have the right to terminate the interview at any time. Do you knowingly, intelligently, and voluntarily waive these rights and wish to speak to us now?
Yeah, I answer your question.
Okay. So, the reason we brought you out here, we want to talk about, I know there was a lot of things that was going on at the time when you got arrested, like you said, for the dope and the gun, and then that was linked to that robbery that was at the ATM where the guy was shot, okay? But during that time, you were linked to that case, okay? But that's not what I want to talk to you about today. So I'm not talking to you about that crime right there. I just knew a lot of things were happening at the time. Like, you were pretty busy. I mean, some of the other guys that were involved were pretty busy. There was a lot of stuff happening, okay? So there was a robbery that occurred at the Lucky Mart at 34th and P. And there was a guy that was put in the trunk of a car, okay? He wasn't hurt badly. He wasn't shot or anything like that. And y'all didn't steal his car or anything like that, but he picked you out of a lineup, okay? And that's why I want to talk to you today, to see if you could shed some light on that. He wants to pursue charges, obviously, just from that. And it's weird because it didn't come back up for a long time. I guess he was in another town or something, and then he came back to me and said, hey, I want to pursue charges. What did y'all do on this case? And I was like, well, we never talked to you on the case. We hadn't talked to him because you got to get a statement from the victim, and all we had was a statement from the patrol officers that happened that night. Okay, so when that had occurred, it was like June 20th, 21st of 2019, which was like 12 days before you ever knew who we were, because that's when the other thing happened that you got arrested for. Okay, so at the time, we had a lot of robberies going on. All right, so I know it's kind of been a long time since they happened a long time ago, but a lot of them, hey, we might not have had a lot of evidence on them, but the reason I'm talking to you about this one is because I do have quite a bit of evidence on there, including somebody picking you out of a lineup, okay? They picked you, Pablo, and Jojo out of the lineup, so that's why I want to talk to you today about it and to find out. There was things that happened during that robbery that were interesting to me, and even the victim said, like, okay, it was like a professionals, okay, that were doing it. He even went into the way you and Pablo were kind of arguing back and forth. Pablo was saying, hey, I'm not an idiot, I know how to do this, and the victim was scared because he thought, man, those guys, it's not the first time they had done something like that. Well, unbeknownst to us, we didn't know that, and now we do. We know that there was other ones, and I'm not trying to pin every crime in the world on you, okay? I just know that during, like, June and real early July of 2019, there was a lot of stuff going on that you were involved in here in Lubbock, and it's kind of like a spree of things that were happening. So, and I'm not, like I said, I'm not trying to pin them all on you, But we had robberies going on at 7-Elevens, Sonic, Car Hop. We had lottery tickets that were, taken during a robbery that was up in North Lubbock. Like, we had a whole bunch of things that were linked to you. And then when we did the search warrants on the house, your mom's house, where you were staying, some of that evidence linked y'all to that. You know what I mean? And that some of the evidence that we found there linked you to the crime I'm talking about. The one we're talking about tonight, which is when the guy got put into that. It was kind of a pinkish Lincoln or something like that. Like it was a Hispanic male. Do you remember what I'm talking about there?
No.
Okay.
Because I at that time I didn't even have no kind of weapon or nothing like that.
Okay.
The gun that I got caught with, it didn't get caught in my possession. I took claim of the gun.
Okay.
I bought that from this white person at Executive.
Okay.
The only time I had the gun, you know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Or I had one in my possession. You know what I'm saying? I sold dope.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, yeah, I was around Lubbock, you know what I'm saying? Selling
Right.
dope, whatever, but putting the person in the trunk, like, I ain't never did that.
Where that MO came up to me, and where it kind of clicked, was the night that the other robbery happened, where the guy was shot at the ATM. Okay, the whole reason that you're in jail right now. Before that, when we linked you to another robbery that same night, and we linked it by physical evidence of a car that we later found. And when y'all try to put that guy in the trunk of that car. And so those MOs started matching to me. You know what I'm talking about, like the same modus operandi. You know, it's the same kind of action.
What was the physical evidence that y'all found, or say y'all found, that linked me to whatever car y'all talking about?
To the blue car, where the one that happened before the ATM?
Yeah.
It was a fingerprint inside the car, on the mirror. So that's what had linked you to that. That happened like just shortly before the ATM one happened. But I'm not trying to cross that bridge right now. I'm just trying to tell you, like, I'm not calling you a liar. I respect you the same way you respect me, but like, I know that y'all had tried to put a guy in the trunk at that other one, you know what I mean? So, and this guy got put in the trunk, and this one happened within 2 weeks before that other one. So that's why I wanted to talk to you tonight, to try to figure out, hey, what happened there, and why did it go down like that? The guy wasn't hurt. I mean, he had like a little bump or something on him, but he made it out of the trunk. I mean, he wasn't shot, he wasn't stabbed, he wasn't anything. He made it out of the trunk. Yeah, he only had a few bucks and some credit cards on him. And so, and his car wasn't stolen. You know what I mean? So I was trying to kind of figure out.
What guy you talking about? What crime you talking about? The one that was the food was put in the trunk?
Yes.
If I would have been there, wouldn't I have took everything he had?
See, y'all did. I mean, y'all did steal from him, but his car wouldn't start.
What did we steal from him?
Like just a few bucks and some credit cards.
I did not.
And but here's the deal. I'm not trying. I'm gonna treat you the same respect. Just don't disrespect me. I won't disrespect you, okay? Inside your apartment, I found this guy's girlfriend's credit card, and I'm not lying to you about it. I've got pictures of it, and I can go get you a picture if you need me to show it to you. Okay. I want to show you that picture. Okay, so I'm not bullshitting you. I wouldn't. I'm not gonna play those games with you because I wouldn't even. I mean, look. I'm already supposed to be off work. You know what I mean? I'm being straight with you.
And that's what I'm saying. Like, I wasn't the only person staying at that apartment.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I wasn't staying there like that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That was just the only place I had my clothes at.
Who else was staying there at that time?
Yeah, me and another friend. You know what I'm saying?
Who was that?
I'm not going to disclose his name, but I know that.
Had Pablo stayed there with you?
Nah, he never stayed there with me.
He didn't stay at that apartment.
He did have his clothes there with me, you know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So I know for a fact that if I would have done a crime like that, and he said he picked me out of the lineup, right?
Yes, sir.
There's a lot of people with tattoos on their face and stuff like that, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
So what if he was just going by a gut, just like, oh yeah, it's him. or stereotyping just because how a person looks. You know what
I
I'm saying?
would think that. I can see where you're saying that, and I'm gonna be straight with you. I see what you're saying about tattoos and everything. That lots of people have those. That's true. But what are the chances that the same people who are involved in that other robbery are all picked out of the same lineup for this robbery that I'm talking about?
Okay, look. Oh, this is the guy that got put in the trunk
Yes.
on 34th and
P. Yes, sir.
And he picked who out?
He picked you, Pablo, and JoJo. He picked all three of you.
Okay, first of all, and I'm gonna clear this up.
Okay.
JoJo was not around at that time.
But I'm not saying like he robbed. I'm not saying that. And the reason I had him pick him out is because he walked by during that time. And y'all gave him a cigarette. Do you remember that?
No.
Because that's how his name got involved in it.
No. That how was he gonna walk when he had a car?
That's what. But I think his girlfriend lived right over there. Remember his girlfriend? Because she lived off 32nd and it was right off of 32nd and P. It's where she lived. What was her name?
I don't know, but we wasn't looking eye to eye at that time. So I mean,
I knew y'all were having some problems. I know
yeah,
that y'all
so
have
there's
problems.
So that you know what I'm saying? You could discard that because he was not near or in the vicinity or even walking. You know what I'm saying? Around that time. Me and Pablo at that time, I had him by my side. He's my little brother, you know what I'm saying? So, you know what I'm saying? But as far as like robbing this fool, he didn't rob that fool. You know what I'm saying? Like, if she shows me, okay, let me tell you this. What was it, the credit card you said?
The credit card. There we go.
Okay, did you get a hold of the woman that...
Yes. This is the guy that got put in the trunk. And this is his girlfriend's credit card.
And y'all contacted her?
Yes. She wasn't there. She wasn't there. She was in jail. He had her card in his wallet. And these cards, this is pictures of the property that we found inside of your room.
What's them other ones?
These are other victims of other robberies that we don't.
This guy didn't want to file charges though.
Yeah.
So we didn't worry about that.
He didn't.
We contacted him and he said, never mind.
We found evidence. I believe we found evidence from that other car where y'all tried to put that other guy in the trunk in the same stack. And was there any evidence from the guy that got shot in the? I can't remember if there was in that same deal. Okay, so that's why I'm talking to you about it. I didn't pull it out of the deal, and I'm not. I just wanted to kind of hear your side of it. I mean, the guy's kind of broke already. Like, why was there something else? I'm trying to figure it out.
Like, I sold dope. You know what I'm saying? Like, I didn't have no gun. You know what I'm saying?
But you know what's funny? Okay.
Is the dope deal gone wrong?
Nah, I don't even know the guy.
You don't?
Brandon, we go from the three of y'all being picked out of the lineup, and I know you said JoJo wasn't there. Yeah, we go from that, okay? We go to the property that's in your house, okay? And
so
then the other.
So all those are in
your apartment, yeah, that little apartment room. So then the other thing I have is this victim that got put in the trunk described the gun to a T, and you know what gun it was? The same gun you had when you got arrested.
That gun, anybody could describe that kind of gun. It's a plain gun.
Yeah, but it was a cheap high point gun, and he described it perfectly. Like he said, it's not a Glock, it's not a 6 hour, it's not anything. He described it like perfectly how it looked. What I'm saying is we have all these notches that I'm taking out, and it's all the evidence. I want to know why though, because here's the thing. Because there wasn't that much money. You see the guy's broke already. He's kind of busted already. His car's, the hood's up on his car. Y'all walk by him, go to the store, whatever, come back. And when y'all came back, that's when y'all robbed him.
And he was there by himself.
But I don't know why.
And he was there by himself.
There was a girl with him at the time. But I guess she wasn't robbed.
So if there was a girl there, how come y'all didn't get him to tell y'all the name of her so y'all could find her and question her?
I haven't been able to find her. He told me her name, but I haven't been able
What's
to
her
find
name?
her. Sandy. But I haven't been able to find her to question her. So that's why I was wanting to talk to you. Tell me why, like, what, was there something else going on, or was this just a robbery of the dude that, with the pink looking Lincoln? You know what I mean?
I don't know the guy.
I didn't say you knew him.
I know, that's what I'm saying. I don't know the guy.
But did you see the evidence that I've got? I mean, I'm not bullshitting you, man. I'm being straight with you, man. I've got lineups here where, just like you said, I have guys that look like you. Okay? But at the end of the day, who they picked was you. And it says here, identified person photo number 2. So I gave them, you know, I've been doing all my homework on it, trying to figure out. And I would have talked to you back when all this other stuff was going on, if I had known the guy would talk to us. You know what I mean? If this victim would have never came to us and said that he wanted to pursue charges, I probably would have never known about it. Does that make sense? Like, I mean, you know, statute of limitations runs out and that robbery goes away and we're just like, well, it happened, but, you know, the victim never said anything. The reason I'm bringing it up this far ahead of, you know, this much time has passed is because all of a sudden he says, yeah, I want to pursue charges and I can pick these guys out of the lineup. And he did. It was crazy. This guy's memory is unreal.
And we figured now would be the best time to do it, especially for you, because we know that you had talked about if it goes to court, all this can be looked at one time instead of you do, you know, whatever they decide on the other cases, whether you go to trial or whatever, they look at it as a whole sometimes. And we thought, well, it's better than you doing whatever, you know, either going to a jury trial and getting sentenced that way or whatever happens, or if you plea on something, then at least they can, sometimes they'll tell you these are the cases and this is what you plead to, and that's going to be your decision. It's never our decision, but we wanted this to be already done and taken care of all in what time. Does that make sense? So that's why we're here, trying to get it.
I'm facing 50 years, but
we have to do our due diligence. It'd be the same if your mom had got robbed and she wants to pursue charges. I've got to track that case down too. You know what I'm saying? So I have to do that. I have to do my due diligence anyway because it's my job. It's what I get. It's what I get paid to do. So we did a lot of homework. You know what I mean? We linked things back that we didn't even know.
We were
at
shocked
the time.
when we saw that.
I didn't know that was there. I didn't. No, I mean, I didn't even know it was linked. But there's a lot of other crimes that, like, y'all have slid on so far. Like, we haven't presented the one with the lottery tickets from the north side. What was that grocery? Our little
there's a
Quickie
little
Mark or Lucky Mark that was up north.
north.
We hadn't presented charges on that one. I don't think charges have been presented on the one where the guy tried to put the guy in the trunk from the other one. And we had a bunch of other robberies during that time, man.
that pertain me. I can't like.
You know, so but what I'm getting at is I'm not on those robberies right now. I'm on this robbery with the pink-looking, champagne-colored Lincoln and the guy that got put in the trunk. That's what I'm on. He described it so well to me. The gun, the way y'all looked, even before he had seen the lineup, the way y'all looked before that. And he even described the conversation that you and Pablo were having together, and that Pablo was getting irritated because you were trying to run the show. You had the gun in your hand. Pablo didn't have a gun. You were telling Pablo, make sure the trunk latch, make sure that's broken or whatever. And he said, shut up, I already know that. And you know, we already know the way the conversation was kind of going during that time. It was crazy, man.
Y'all know based on what this individual is saying.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
But it's been spot on, man. Everything matches up. You know, when all the puzzle pieces fit, Brandon. That's why I'm here talking to you.
But just because that was found, or them positions were found in my mom's house or the apartment, whatever, that it belongs to me. You know what I'm saying?
Brandon,
I did not. I didn't. You know what's crazy is because I did not possess a gun at that time.
Okay, Brandon.
Did Pablo have a gun at that time?
I don't even know. You know what I'm saying? Like I did not.
Check this
I know
out.
for a fact though. I know I could say this for a fact. 100%. JoJo was not even around.
Okay.
We were beefing around that time.
But this happened like 2 blocks away from his girlfriend's house.
And y'all were over at 32nd and P? Who lives over there?
I don't even know. You know what I'm saying? But I know that I did not possess a weapon. You know what I'm saying?
Check this out, Brandon. The other thing that we had gotten during that time was phones, right? And have location data on them. And when pictures are taken, they also have location data on them. So that's kind of the next. If you want to call these nails in the coffin, there's just too many coincidences here, man, going together. And that's why I'm kind of getting out of that.
Okay, well, if there's...
We have location.
Pinpoint locations or what, you know what I'm saying? I mean, all I can say is, you know what I'm saying? I mean, y'all get paid to do your job.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I'm here sitting, facing on another charge that I ain't even had nothing to do with.
So, Brandon, check this out. When the time comes and you go, if you choose to go to trial, you will probably have a jury trial. And if not, there'll be a judge there, but most of the time it's a jury trial. What I'm going to try to, let me make a point real quick to you. You're talking to, I'm an old country boy. I'm just a common sense kind of, what it is what it is kind of guy. And most of jurors that you're going to find in this area are a lot like what I would say, just down to earth, you know, simple people. And when you put the fact that this guy was put in the trunk, and when I have the evidence that y'all try to put that other guy in the blue car that we found in the trunk within that short of a time frame, then I have this items right here in your possession at your apartment. Then I have him describing the gun. Hold on. I know. But then also picking you out of a lineup, and I am not blaming you.
But you say you picked the stuff up
and
at my apartment.
Yeah.
That apartment wasn't under my name.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah, it
doesn't matter. We established the fact that you were going in and out of that apartment. We already established that. Your mom told us that stuff way back when we served the search warrant that you had been living in there.
Yeah, off and on. So like that did not have nothing to do with me. I didn't own that room wasn't under my name. You know what I'm saying?
But that doesn't matter, man.
And then
so who else are you gonna pin it on? Because was it under your mom's name?
What?
That room. So by that logic, you're saying your mom's guilty because
it was under my aunt's name.
Is your aunt guilty because it was under her name?
No, she's deceased.
But even if she wasn't, you see what I mean? That logic's not going to hold up, man.
That's
just common sense stuff.
That won't hold up, period, because y'all had a search warrant, you know what I'm saying, for that room.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? What the search warrant says, I don't know. I know that room wasn't under my name. You know what I'm saying?
Right. I know what you're saying. But Brandon, what I'm trying to get to is that part doesn't matter because we already established the fact that you were there. I have respected you through this whole thing. I'm probably the straightest shooter you'll ever talk to. I'm not trying to play any games with you. I'm not trying to manipulate you or anything like that. I'm just saying I have so much evidence already. I was asking the why because for $6 and a few credit cards that probably weren't even good without PIN numbers.
So if I robbed him, then he would say I took it out of his pockets.
I don't know. I don't remember how he said you took it
saying?
out. Yeah.
So that, why, man, I had cash on me. I had dope on me.
But what was it about?
You know what I'm saying?
Because you were dealing dope at the time, but you were still robbing people. So why?
How is that? Oh, y'all found my fingerprints in that other car, right?
Yeah.
Who was to say that I was right there at the scene? But who was to say that maybe whatever took place, and they picked me up inside the stolen car?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And you just happened to put your hand up on the mirror.
I was a driver.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So.
Right. But you told me earlier you hadn't driven a car since 2012.
Yeah, I mean, if my fingerprints was up in the rearview mirror.
You wouldn't have been touching as a passenger. Nobody touches the rearview mirror as a passenger.
Oh, who?
Unless you're primping, like you trying to do your hair or something.
They got the visor for that.
Right?
You know what I'm saying?
So that's what I'm saying.
But I just know that y'all get paid for your job, you know what I'm saying? And I'm already sitting on some time.
Would you agree that I've done a good job here? And the detective opinion's done a good job with our evidence that we've collected? Have we done our homework and given you every opportunity?
I mean,
we've done our due diligence. We found everything that we could find.
Took us 1.5 years.
Took a long time. Yeah, and it took a long time. And we had to go back and find this stuff. This is no bullshit, man. I mean, it's
who searched the place? I know y'all two weren't there.
We weren't there because that's not our
Expertise.
job description and our expertise. We have other people that do that.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know.
But we have it collected there. We have a chain of custody, and we have the pictures that were taken while it was there, and then after we processed it later on. So that's what I'm talking about. I wouldn't be in here bullshitting you about it. I'm telling you straight.
Brandon,
I was kind of wanting to know the why. Brandon, this is almost comical, man, because, you can sit there deny. It reminds me of that. I saw an old Dave Chappelle skit where he's like, you're going to have my grandma with the newspaper saying I did it before you believe that O.J. Simpson murdered whatever. You know what I mean? And we're already there, man. Give me some respect. You're trying to teach those young guys.
I mean, yeah, I'm saying.
I respected you.
But
respect me.
I mean, yeah, I have. I've been in their shoes.
You're telling them now. You're showing them the way. And I think it's time. Already enough time's passed. This is time to be. Let's get it over with, man.
Nah, I just I know.
Or own your part.
I know that. Okay, I didn't have no gun.
What part did you play in it? Is he lying about that part?
Yeah, hell yeah. What?
Okay.
I didn't have no gun.
Who had the gun?
I don't know. But
okay.
I know, I'll tell you this though, 100% that JoJo was not around.
Okay. Tell me about Pablo.
Pablo.
When y'all were arguing.
We ain't even gonna talk. What you call it? On good terms.
Let me ask you this. Y'all argue. And I have some pretty descriptive, but I have some descriptive arguments that are going on during that time. I would say, if I had to measure intelligence, you're more intelligent than Pablo is. Just on my face value, just street smart, whatever, common sense. I'm going to say that right now. That's just my assessment. Okay? I don't think he is as bright as you are.
All right. Let me cut to the chase. All right. I'm facing some time anyways.
I know you are. I know.
And I ain't gonna lie. For the reason, I don't know.
Did he make y'all mad?
Nah.
Was it like
maybe because we were just I don't know. I know that I'm gonna take full responsibility of it. Of everything, you know what I'm saying? I'm the one that took control of the situation. Pablo ain't have nothing to do with it. He did it because I made him.
Because he was a little weaker than.
Yeah, and I could manipulate him.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? JoJo,
Yeah.
he didn't have nothing to do with it. He wasn't even there. You know
Okay.
what I'm saying?
But why?
But why? Spare the moment. It was-
Opportunistic type.
I mean, I'm not an opportunistic type, but like, I mean, his car didn't work. What the hell we
Yeah.
need the car for? You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But
What did he look like? Do you remember what he looked like?
see, I can't say.
Tell us something about what happened that day that we haven't told you. That tells us that you're telling us
You
the
see,
truth.
I mean, y'all said everything. I mean, we walked to the store. He was there, came back, and I'm just like
What was he doing whenever
trying to
you
fix
came?
his car.
Like, how was he trying to fix
I
it?
don't know. I know he had the hood open. You know what I'm saying?
He was just trying to fix his car.
Yeah, just bystanders, I guess.
Was
Wrong
anyone else
place,
there
wrong-
around?
Wrong place, wrong time. I mean, that chick, but I mean, I made her leave. You know what I'm saying? Like, she left. Like, she ain't look, not no our way or nothing like that. She just jumped in and burnt off. But he was just a innocent bystander.
He just
And
wrong place, wrong time.
maybe, yeah. I smoked that night, maybe. You know what I'm saying? I didn't smoke all the time, though.
Was it a rush that y'all got from? Like, I mean, honestly, I've seen everything in the book, and I know money, dope, everything else, but also adrenaline. Was it kind of like a, if you just see if you could, kind of thing?
I don't know. I knew I could. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not dumb.
Oh, I know you're not. You're smart. You're
So,
a highly intelligent guy.
I know right and wrong. And that was wrong. You know what I'm saying? Because he was just fixing his car, but
Yeah, that's thinking.
man, I mean, we're walking by, man. It's just the spirit of the moment, I guess.
Where did y'all?
There's nothing.
Where did y'all come from?
The store.
What I mean before, like when y'all were walking by him the first time. Where were y'all coming from?
We was coming from 26th Street.
From 26.
Uh,
Who lived over on 26?
Some chick. I don't even know her name. I had just met her.
Okay.
Smoked with her. You know what I'm saying? So
When y'all were leaving, you sold her a little bit, and then were leaving.
Yeah.
Where were y'all go? Y'all were going to the store.
Nah, yeah, we was going to the store, and we was coming back. You know what I'm saying?
What'd y'all get at the store?
Nothing. The store was closed.
Oh, okay.
But I had a room at the executive, but it was just like we was walking at that time too. So I'm like,
Maybe get a car.
maybe, you know what I'm saying? I mean,
Y'all weren't on bikes or anything at that
Nah.
time. Just walking.
nah. But I know that I take full responsibility of my actions.
What did you tell Pablo to get him to do something like that?
Yeah.
I
Manipulate
mean,
him.
was he wanting dope, or was he, or
I mean, he
were you
shoots
bitching
up.
him down, or
He shoots up.
right?
You know what I'm saying?
So he had it bad.
Yeah, I mean, he shoots up.
So
But
you
I know for the fact that like what he said from the robbery that got me on now, saying I was a shooter. Nah, I'm gonna take responsibility to mine. At first, I'm gonna play. You know what I'm saying?
You got to do your.
cat,
I mean,
cat and mouse game.
yeah.
I mean, I ain't gonna sit here and waste your time. Like, yeah, I did that. You know what I'm saying? Like, they didn't have nothing. JoJo was not there, so I know for a fact y'all could exclude him. Pablo, he was younger than me, so I intimidated him.
And how? Just by
We
him
got
knowing
in-
that you were.
We got into it one day, and shit. We got into it one day, and he tried to blame me for stealing his broken phone that don't even work. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I had a pistol on me. I had a 22 on me. So I was gonna shoot him.
Told him you were going to shoot him.
Yeah, because man, how you gonna sit there and say, I stole your phone when I give you money.
Yeah.
When I give you dope, I don't want you to get up off this bad dope. So, and I with you like my little brother, so I'm gonna give you some dope. You know what I'm saying? And I'm chilling with you all day. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, man.
Why would you have stole the phone that don't even work?
It don't
probably?
work. I got a phone that works.
Yeah.
I got dope. I got money.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, right there and then, that's where the intimidation came in.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
So tell me, do you remember how it went down, like what you said to him that night?
Nah, I really don't.
Because it seemed to me like you were controlling it, you know.
Yeah, I was.
But what were you saying to him? And he was like kind of arguing with
first,
you, like being a.
I really don't know. You know what I'm saying? It's been a minute. At first, he didn't want to. Like he didn't want to. You know what I'm saying? All he liked to do was shoot up dope. You know what I'm saying? Hang out with his girlfriend. He did try to accuse me of messing with his girlfriend.
Who was his girlfriend at the time?
I don't even know her name. I was only in the world for 7 months, so like.
Okay.
I really didn't know.
You had only been out for 7 months, and you had only met up with him. Did you only know him a short amount of time, or?
Yeah.
Like how long?
I'm gonna say about at least 2 or 3 months.
2 or 3 months.
Something like that, because I was good though. Like, I had a girlfriend. Started talking to her. You know what I'm saying? I helped her get a 2-bedroom. And then we got into it because this other girl called my phone from out of town, and she, I used to hit my baby mama, but I don't hit females anymore. Like, that's wrong.
Right.
And when she called, we got into it, and she stabbed me in the head with some scissors.
What?
You know what I'm saying? So, like, I didn't call the cops, or maybe I deserved it. You know what I'm saying? Because, I mean, maybe she's just trying to help me out.
Yeah.
Like,
what was her name?
Nicole.
Nicole.
But like, she did her wrongs too. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I just like, man. After that, I just left, and then I didn't have nowhere to go. Really cool. Like, I went to this chick's house that sold weed, and I just started sitting there with her. And then I leave, you know what I'm saying, and go do some drops, whatever. And
how would you make your drops at the time?
walk.
You would walk.
Or have them meet me somewhere.
Was it because it's easier to get caught when you're in a car?
Yeah, that's one of the reasons I didn't get a car.
Yeah.
So you didn't have a car at all?
That's one of the reasons I didn't get a car. You know what I'm saying? Like, I didn't have no driver's license, parole violation.
You didn't want the risk of.
Yeah.
You had already violated your parole by that time, so you were.
See, I
forgot you had a blue warrant,
yeah,
didn't you, at the
I was
time?
supposed to go to San Angelo, and I had a layover in Dallas, and I missed my bus early in the morning, so they rescheduled, and I caught the bus early, like at 9. So that was Saturday. I got out Friday. Sunday, I went to Saturday afternoon, I got to Big Spring. I had a layover. But before I had layover, I called my brother. Like, man, they got me layover, you know what I'm saying, at 10:45.
Right.
The next day on Sunday, I'm like, hell nah. So as soon as we got to that little bus station, they locked the building. So I'm just out there just like, damn.
And so you violated right off the bat? Like,
Well, I wasn't trying to.
but you weren't trying to, but that's what.
I had my mind right, man. Like, I had my mind right. And I don't know what happened. I guess the world just moved too fast, and I got stuck in penitentiary, you know what I'm saying? Institutionalized.
How long had you been in at that time?
6 years.
For 6 years.
On the 8th.
Okay.
And
So, going back to that night after this guy was put in the trunk, what did you do after that?
after that, I think we walked back to executive.
To the executive? Were you and Pablo staying in the room
Yeah.
together at executive?
But I got suspicious of him because he was always leaving.
Okay.
I'm like, nigga, what? You working with the law?
You thought he was snitching or something?
I started like towards the end before I got locked up. I started being very, very aggressive because I didn't trust nobody no more. I didn't like nobody chilling with me. Pablo was the only one that could come and just chill.
You didn't trust nobody else, and just
Girls out, you know what I'm saying?
the dope was a little bit of that, right? Because you get paranoid and then.
Like, but I wasn't.
Or were you not
I
using
wasn't doing
that much?
dope like that though.
Were you smoking a little?
I was smoking hot reels, but as far as I know, like I didn't.
You weren't injecting her?
I wasn't. Nah, hell nah. And that's one thing that I told Pablo too. I'm like, man, I look at you like my little brother. I said, you ain't gonna do that bullshit around me no more. You know what I'm saying? So you start doing that. Not in my face.
Right.
But
So let me talk to you about something else. You've been straight with me on everything. So when we started working this case, you know, he came forward, started talking to us, told us about it, and we had so much evidence, and we knew what was going on kind of at that time frame. Because this was the one we were talking about happened on the 20th, 21st of June 2019. And then you get locked up July 2nd, 2019. But during that time we had so much stuff, so we started looking back at that, okay? And then, so something that popped up later on that we didn't even know about is the girl that was with him. She's been reported missing, and we don't know where she's at. So right now, I'm trying to piece it all together. To me, you didn't.
said there was a girl there when you first started.
Yeah,
what did she look like?
I don't know. I wasn't paying.
Do you remember what kind of car she was in or vehicle? Because you said you told her to leave.
Yeah, she had a car, but I don't know what kind of. I don't know what kind of car it was. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
It was like I know it was a car, but I don't know what like.
You remember what color it was?
I don't know what the brand was. It was like a maroon cutter or.
What did you don't remember at all?
Nah, like I wasn't really paying attention to her. More focused on the guy. You know what I'm saying? Because when a woman's put in that position, they're frightened. So they're vulnerable and they don't want to do nothing wrong. You know what I'm saying? So I made her get in the car and leave. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, I don't even know. I don't know what she looks like. I don't even know what the dude look like.
So after that happened, so after the guy gets put in the trunk, y'all leave. So then I have you and Pablo and Amarillo the next like early morning. What's going on in Amarillo?
I don't even know.
Or how did you get to Amarillo?
I can't even tell you that.
Because I have pictures of you in a car, inside of a car, from your phone, and it has geolocation on it in Amarillo. And then I have Pablo pawning property in Amarillo at the same time. And this is within like a block or two of each other or something. So how did y'all get up there?
I don't really remember how we got up there.
What car were you taking a picture of yourself in?
Because you were in the driver's seat.
That was like, I don't know, I can't even remember. Like,
You said you were going over there to see a girl. It was like a bunch of S's. Because that's what your phone said. I can't think of what it didn't really spell anything. It was something SS.
Yeah.
Or it was something.
I don't even know.
It was a girl that was upset that and you said, I'm coming to Amarillo. Is what was on your phone.
I don't even know any words from Amarillo, but I know that
You had a history in Amarillo though a long time ago.
hell no.
Or was it someone Pablo knows? Pablo's.
I got you like something up there in Amarillo, no?
Not me.
Never been arrested in Amarillo?
Uh,
Not even when you were a juvenile? No?
no. I know that I did go out of town to go see a girl, but it was in Amarillo.
Close by? Somewhere?
Nah. I remember like, cause I there's some pieces that I'm trying to figure out like too, but you said Pablo was pawning the bike.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? But I know that part I knew because he pawned his bike for his friend, some black dude, old school black dude, that wanted some weed.
Okay.
And we wanted some weed. You know what I'm saying?
Thought you could get enough money to.
You know what I'm saying? But like,
But then we have you.
like I don't.
Then we have you back in Lubbock, short time later after that. So that's what we're trying to figure out. Like, what did you do in Amarillo? You know, I know Pablo pawned that. What else is happening? Can we talk to somebody up there? And then you're back in Lubbock.
Nah, we went to. Nah, I didn't know nobody over there, but I wanted some weed. And
What would have brought you up there? You think?
I used to stay over there by then.
Okay.
But only for a couple weeks, you know what I'm saying? Because I was, you know what I'm saying, messing with that dope. You know what I'm
Okay.
saying? So I had somebody giving it to me for cheap. So, I mean, I went down there. You know
Because
what
they
I'm
were
saying?
getting it off of what is it, 40?
You know what
or
I'm
whatever.
saying? It's like crazy. Like, they had out here was like trash.
Crumbled
So,
up
like, I
stuff.
was
And you're
just-
getting that.
and-
You're getting the big
and-
stuff.
And I remember like the one I used to stay with, they called him E-Dub. That's all I knew. He was one of my homeboys.
E-Dub at Amarillo
Nah, in Hereford.
in Hereford.
You know what I'm
Okay.
saying? So he was at work, and I wanted some weed. Like that's
Okay.
what mellows me out. So I think that's why we went to Amarillo.
From Hereford.
Yeah.
What's this guy's name? You said E-Dub. What's his
Yeah,
real name?
I don't know his real name. You know what I'm saying?
How can I find him?
I don't even know. I ain't heard from that or like.
He lived in Hereford though.
Yeah.
What kind
I
of
don't-
house?
I don't even know because I
Don't
don't know
remember.
Hereford. You know what I'm saying? I don't know Hereford, but I mean,
So-
I do take responsibility for that. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Right, and hey, I appreciate it. What I'm trying to get at now, you've been straight with us tonight. We have a family that's missing their daughter. She has 3 kids. She has sisters and brothers that care about her, and we're trying to find her. Okay, the circumstances surrounding the robbery where the guy got put in the trunk. What I've been told and what makes sense to me is that you and Pablo put her in the car and left with her in the car. So what I want to know is, I think I'm right on that, okay? But I don't know what happened after it. It might not have been anything bad. It might have been something that is totally innocent, okay? But that's what I need to know, because it's going to be hard to jump to, y'all didn't have a car, you know what I mean?
yeah, we didn't. I mean,
And there's a car, it's working. There's a female that has that car. She's not as much of a threat as the guy is, because that guy was kind of a street guy. What happened after that point? I think you've been totally straight with me
Yeah, I mean,
up to
that's-
that point.
I mean,
But
that's-
that point where we're talking about y'all saying for her to leave, that's the part. I mean, I don't buy it, and I'm not calling you a liar, okay? I'm respecting you, man. But I'm going to have to, I'm playing this over in my head. And what that guy told me is that y'all put her in the car and left.
On the passenger side.
In the passenger seat of her own car. So tell me what happened. Because
she
you're the one, Brandon, you're the one that knows, man.
led.
You're the one that knows in your head, man. I'm all but begging you. I need to know what happened to this girl. So if she drove y'all to Amarillo, if that happened, I need to know that. If she kicked y'all out later on, I need to know what happened so I can go to my next lead and find this girl. I want to find her. And I'm not going to stop until I
I
do.
mean,
I want to know.
if I knew, I would tell you. You know what I'm saying? It's
And-
like, I mean,
Brandon, this part's serious, you know, and I know you know that, because here you go. You don't have any homicides on your history, do you?
nah.
I didn't miss something on there when I was looking.
No.
Okay, I didn't think I saw any homicides on your history. I didn't see anything like that on your history. The worst I've seen is aggravated robbery.
Yeah.
Okay, I know this is another level of something, and I know you might be a little bit scared right now talking about it, But I need, I need to know.
I'm not scared talking about what happened. I mean, that's what happened.
Okay.
I don't know where. If I knew.
Can you help me? Like, here's what we need to get over, Brandon. Like the hurdle that we need to go over. It's going to be hard for me to. It's going to be hard for you, or your lawyer, or anybody else to tell a jury and a judge that, okay, they stopped at $6, and this guy's had hardly nothing. You know what I mean? And then there's a car sitting over there with a girl that if you had told her to leave, she could have called the cops. You know what I mean? So that my question is, can you explain it for me though? Because I can't. That's not ever going to fly to a jury that y'all let her leave.
We took her phone. I made Pablo take her phone before she did.
What did her phone look like?
Oh, I don't even know. You know what I'm saying? Pablo had it a couple of days later. I'm like, man, what you doing with this, man? Broke it up, do it. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
I mean, but as far
where
as
did he throw the phone?
Oh man, that was in the dumpster.
In the dumpster. Where at?
Somewhere going towards executive. I mean, if I knew what happened to her or what took place, I'll be a man and take the responsibility just like I took the responsibility of the robbery.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, they didn't have nothing to do with it. You know what I'm saying? Jojo, he was never on the scene. Pablo, he was intimidated by me, so I made him do whatever I wanted him to do.
I understand what you're saying, and I appreciate you. I mean, you manned up and talked about this robbery, okay? I need to know something else. I want to talk to you, okay? So we need to know where she's at. This is her. This is Sandy. She might not have looked exactly like that on that night, okay? This was her car, like that?
It was like that.
Similar to it. Do you remember?
No, it wasn't. There was no kind of car like that.
That was her purse. So,
No.
Brandon, what I have, and I just want to put the timeline out for you. I'm not going to believe you about it. What I have is y'all on the 20th to 21st robbing a guy and putting him in his trunk. I have Sandy on scene with her vehicle at the time because she was there helping that guy or whatever. She was there. Then I have her purse found on June 22nd. And then I have her car burned on June 24th. So, do you see what I'm saying when we're talking about judges and juries? How are you gonna say you don't know what happened to her when it looks really, really bad? So, if you can tell me something else.
Is there an accident?
I need to know that.
With her. Sometimes things happen. It's an accident, and people panic.
Nah, I don't mean.
Where did y'all go in her car, Brendan?
Because we have a picture of her headrest and her car, and we can tell it's her car and you're driving.
Did y'all go to Amarillo in her car? Did she take y'all to Amarillo?
We didn't get.
Because she used dope. She was a dope user.
I said we didn't even get in the car.
Would there be a reason why? Because you gave us your DNA before, and we're in the process of that purse. Did you ever touch her purse? Would there be any reason why your DNA or Pablo's DNA would be on her purse? Or fingerprints on any of the property we recovered? Because we recovered it 2 days later, so we're just waiting on some lab work on it. If there's any reason why your fingerprints or your DNA or touching her purse at any time, it needs to be explained today on the record, because when that lab work comes back and you tell us I never touched her purse, and then maybe you did touch her purse, there would be no explanation for it later, and then she's missing. That wouldn't look good. So we need to know today if you ever touched her purse.
No, I never
touched any of her contents in her purse, go through it, even like at the scene there. Did Pablo ever touch her purse?
No.
Did you ever see her purse? Because
that's
that's so important.
I mean, that's all I can say. You know what I'm saying? I can't say no more.
If I have, and I'm not. I mean, this is something I know. This is heavy, and it's probably been I'm surprised that you've done as good as you have, but this is some heavy stuff. It's heavy. I don't know what happened to her. So all I need to know is the right place to look. You know what I mean? Like the right direction to go. If y'all went somewhere in the car, tell me that, and that way I can go to that point and find that lead and track it down. I don't want you to be the one that has anything to do with this. Okay?
No,
If it's that, if you didn't have anything to do, if anything happened to her, I want to prove that. Okay? I'm not sitting here trying to pin everything on you, but I know that y'all left in that car. Okay, Brandon? Listen, I know that y'all put her in that car. She was in the passenger seat when y'all left. That's what part where I need to know. Where did y'all go after that? Just tell me where y'all went. That way I can go to that point and I can track it down. Because if you went somewhere, I can go talk to E-Dub. Hey, E-Dub, she was alive and healthy and good to go, and she was smoking dope or something with us or whatever. It's proven. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
and that part's over with. That way I can go on to the next lead and I can track that stuff. And if you could help me.
I can't say no more if I don't know no more. I mean, that's all I know. I know we didn't get in the car. I mean, that's all I can say. You know what I'm saying? I'm sorry I can't help you anymore. I'm saying, like, I took blame for the robbery.
I know, Brandon.
Jojo, you know what I'm saying? He didn't have nothing to do with it. Pablo, he was intimidated by me, so he's gonna do what I say.
The thing here's something else. Let me put something towards it to you. When her car's left, and we find her car, how do the people that get rid of that car get out of there? Because my theory, if that car's dumped, my theory before, and was proven right on the ATM shooting, was that JoJo gave y'all a ride back from where y'all dumped that black Dodge pickup. So, but that's what I'm saying. I'm not.
There's no physical evidence besides hearsay and possession of stolen property. I'm never around or placed in the scene of that robbery, so I ain't got nothing to do with that.
I'm not trying to go over that robbery right now. I'm really not trying to hash it out with you.
This is all. This what I told you is all I know.
Okay.
That's all I can say. I'm saying if I could help more, I would. I'm saying, but I can't.
I need your help, Brandon, and I do believe that you know more than you're telling me. And it might not have been anything bad that happened to her. I just need to know the next steps. Because right now, I don't know the next steps other than when this case is going to be presented, they're going to say, well, I mean, it's a natural thing. Brandon and Pablo took off with her car and stole it. Well, where do I look next? If that ends at you, you know what I mean? So that's what I need you to tell me.
I mean,
I don't think I would have let her leave.
I mean, I can't.
Brandon, I don't think y'all would have let her leave, man. Why would y'all let her leave?
She's a woman.
Yeah.
Maybe she was
The
talking
target-
smack.
Was she talking shit? I mean, was
The
she?
target wasn't her. You know what I'm saying?
But why?
So if I knew more, I can't say no more. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't know no more. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean...
So where did you go after this robbery?
We took up to executive.
You went to Executive. I have camera footage of that at Executive that night. So what am I going to see on it?
You're gonna see us there.
In what car?
We didn't have no car.
So you walked to Executive. What'd you do after that?
Chill for a little bit, and I left.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? I took off with some girl. I went to go smoke
Do you
some
remember
dope.
her name?
No, I don't. She was just from the streets. I don't know. But
You see what I'm trying to do? I'm trying to corroborate what you're saying.
Smoked with her. Sold her, I guess it was a cousin or someone, some dope, and I went on about my business. You know what I'm saying? If I could say more, I would.
So, let me ask you this: where this doesn't fly with me, and I'm just being straight with you. So, if you go to Executive and you just chill in there for a little while, you go smoke dope with a girl here in Lubbock, and you're just chilling, and you go back to Executive,
Yeah.
stay the rest of the night.
Yeah, but I mean,
So
that's all my night was.
right. So why Are you in a picture that has a geolocation in Amarillo
I mean,
during that time?
I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I mean, that's your job to figure that out. And
We
I did. That's what we did.
I can't say no more. I can't say no more. You know
Or
what
don't
I'm
want to say no more.
saying? I can't say no more.
Don't want to say no more?
You know what I'm saying?
Can we agree that that's what it's really? I get it. This is heavy. Like I've told you, it's heavy. But if I could get that next step from you, that's what I need. That's what I
She
need.
has 3 babies.
She has 3 young
3
kids, man.
babies, and think of, they just think their mom abandoned them. The mom just didn't come home, and she's been gone for a year and a half. And they had Thanksgiving. They reached out to us and said, you know, she never would have left us. And all we have right now is this happened on the 21st, and a day later, day and a half later, her purse is found, and then her car is found. And it's all just like in a little bucket right there. And all we want is to find her. She's somewhere, and we know she's not probably alive.
I mean, I
I
can't say
mean,
no more.
unless something
Right.
happened to her, like an accident, today's the day to tell us. Because you see how tight that little package is. It's
I
very, very
can't-
tight.
And even
I can't say no more. That's all I can say.
even the directions even match up when we look at your geolocation and we look where her purse was found. It is between where you left Lubbock and you went to Amarillo,
I mean,
and it was in the right time frame.
I can't say no more.
Brandon,
Same.
if something happened, man, tell me, because look, you're already at that
She
point,
may
right?
have had a gun. We don't know.
Just tell us, man. We're already there. We need to know, where do we look? Where do we look?
I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Like, I honestly don't know.
Who would
If
know?
I could, I
Who?
would tell you.
Who's gonna know?
Someone in
I don't
that
know.
group, who would know?
I don't know. You know what I'm saying? That's all I can say.
When we talk to Pablo, what's Pablo gonna tell us?
I don't know. You know what I'm saying?
You know Pablo's a snitch.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I already know. That's all I can say. Until y'all interview him, then
Hey,
you know what I'm
Do you think
So-
he'd tell us?
saying? I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's all we did. I mean,
Brandon, you've been working on. I can only imagine. Like you've been sitting in a jail cell for a year and a half now, thinking about this stuff.
nah, it ain't. I mean,
You got to be thinking about this stuff, man.
nah.
You're not callous like that, are you?
I mean, I didn't do no wrong.
It's heavy though, right?
I didn't do no wrong. I robbed the dude. That was it. Saying.
But that's a felony 1. I mean, in the way our
I
scale of
mean-
laws go, you know what I mean?
I
That's a
mean-
felony 1.
So what they trying to give me is a 51 too.
Do you need some water or anything?
Nah, I'm good.
You want anything to eat here?
Nah, I'm good. But that's all I can say.
Because if you could, I think it would go a long way if you could tell me that next step. The reason I say that is, man, you do. I know you're facing time. You know what I mean? I know you're facing a heavy sentence on that other. If you get found guilty, not saying you are. I know that, but I do know also that as a person, stuff's heavy, man. Some heavy shit. And to be on a spree, I'm not saying, okay, I'm just going to call it like I see it. Y'all guys are causing me a lot of trouble because I'm the robbery supervisor during that time, man, and there was a lot of shit going on, okay? And I got JoJo's car during some of the robberies, 7-Elevens. There was a Sonic car hop. There was a little Quickie Mart with the lottery tickets. I mean, I got him a lot of robberies, you know what I mean?
And he didn't do none of them.
Yeah, but he was there with the car
Mhm.
on those other ones.
Which one?
On the convenience store ones, he was there.
I was.
And then we even know he was there on that on the ATM shooting, but I'm not saying he pulled the trigger or did anything. But I know he was there like afterwards. You know what I mean? Like he helped y'all get back. So what I'm trying to get at, man, is like the shit's all heavy. If we don't get this hashed out tonight, it's still going to be weighing on you, and it's still going to be coming around. And I would like to know. Do me a solid, man. Pay me the same respect I've paid you the whole time. My voice hasn't raised. Haven't called you anything disrespectful. You've respected me during this time. I need you to tell me. I've been working on her case for a long time. Okay, the robbery not so much because we didn't know, we didn't know where that guy was at. But this has been like my whole life for a long time now, and I need to know what to do next. I got to know what to do next. And if you tell me y'all all went back to her apartment that she had at Vicksburg, off like 29th and Vicksburg, if that's what happened, that's what happened, and that's all you can say, and that's fine. But I need to know where to go from there, because I don't know where to go from the scene of the robbery, and jurors and judges won't know where to go from the scene of the robbery either. Okay, I need to know where to go.
If I could, I'll tell you. I'm saying, like, if
I think you know.
If I knew, I'll tell you.
I think you know. I think it's hard to cope. I think you've been in the system a long time, and you've admitted to some stuff that would probably make a lot of people shake in their boots talking about it. Like, when we're talking in words and putting a guy in a trunk and all that, it's easy to skip over how traumatic that could be for somebody. You know what I mean? Like, if you got put in a trunk and at gunpoint, you get put in a trunk, like, for the rest of your life, you're going to remember it. You know what I mean? Wouldn't you remember it? I mean, if somebody did that to you?
I wouldn't place myself in a situation like that, because I wouldn't be.
But all things can happen, man. But what if somebody got the jump on you? What would you think? And they put you in a trunk, they had a gun. You've seen a lot of movies. Are they going to shoot you through the trunk? I'm just saying it's traumatic, and you're sitting here and we're talking about it like it's not that big of a deal.
If they did that to me, I mean, the only thing I could say is they better kill me. That's it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Because I'm going to set up for revenge. But, like, with that pertaining, like, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. I can't tell you. And, like with that, then I'm just...
If Pablo tells me something different, you see where it's going to put you. It's going to put you in a bad spot, man. I think now's the time to talk about it. I believe tonight we've already been a long way. I know you're tired. I'm tired. We're sitting here talking about this. It's been intense. Yeah. But I think the time to talk about it's right now, Brennan.
I can't. I mean, I don't know.
I think you're saying you can't because there's you know about word choice. You know what I mean? It's hard.
I mean,
that's hard.
I don't know what
you haven't crossed over, like, and I'm not even saying anything. I don't even know if anything bad happened to her. But I know her purse was found, and then her car was found, and I can't find her.
Well, I guess all I could say is, like, got a question, Pablo. That's all I could say.
If I match that photo to her car, what are you going to think about that?
No. There's a lot of cars that look,
but if
they got the same kind of, or whatever the car look like.
But that'll just be another, it just brings another level of, you know what I'm saying? I mean, it just brings it more. So that's what I'm trying to, like, talk to you about right now. If you did you steal her car and did you kick her out somewhere, or I mean, did Pablo steal her car? No. How did it?
I mean,
that's what I need to know.
That's all I can say. I'm saying with that, I mean.
So you're gonna leave it with this going on? What happened to you admitting to the robbery? You saw her, and basically you're the last person that ever saw her, right? Kind of, in that situation. No one has ever seen her since then.
I don't know. That's all I can say. I mean, with that, I mean, I'll be done with the interview.
Okay. You want to go back to them? You want to end the interview right now?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because I don't know no more.
We appreciate your time. You know, the only thing that we can tell you is that this case isn't going to go away. We have to go back through some of the information you provided us. At this point, right now, we have, her purse being found so close to this robbery. it just doesn't look good, you know. And if you have any information on where she could be, we need to know that.
I'd like to know it, and you can always reach back out to us and talk to us.
Think about it and just know that she needs to come home.
This is heavy, and I know. All right, so we'll end the interview. Time is 20:03 hours, Tuesday, December 1st, and we're at the police department. I'll end the interview right now. All right, we'll go ahead and head you. Get you back out there.
Brandon J. Cruz pleaded guilty to the capital murder of Sandy Cervantes. He was sentenced to life in prison without the possibility of parole. Pablo Reyes was convicted of another aggravated robbery and sentenced to 40 years in prison. He has not been tried yet for charges stemming from Sandy's murder.